Hi everyone. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And I'm already getting the energy for this message, so I doubt I'll be using cards. I won't even bother tuning in because this is already pretty clear. It's already a pretty clear message. I will still have the camera tilted down just because you guys know how I do. If I'm giving a message or channeling spirit, I like to leave my ego identity out of it. So one of the things is that if you have been trying to, before we start, if you've been trying to book a class with me for January and you weren't able to get into one, there are some new classes available at the Buy Me a Coffee link down in the description box below. So definitely check that out. If you check it out and they're sold out, just check back in a few days because I will be posting new classes as we go on. So, okay, so this energy that I'm feeling right now, I feel like I'm speaking to a collective who you have worked really hard to activate some sort of spiritual ability. I'm going to say psychic ability, but it's any kind of spiritual ability, right? This feels a little bit like I've invested a lot. I've put a lot of energy into this, a lot of time. It's taken a lot of patience, a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. Now, there are some people inside this collective who this message is for, who you had been extremely psychic and very open. And then because of some sort of traumatic situation, quite possibly an illness or an accident, this closed down. And so you had to work really hard on opening it up for yourself again. So this is who this message is for. Now, I am asking right now for symbols, and so I'm going to give some symbols. You guys know how we do. If the symbols don't resonate for you, it doesn't mean that it's not your message. It just means that the people who the symbols are for pay extra attention. So the first symbol that I'm seeing is like a little pot-bellied cauldron. Okay. And then I'm seeing a vial. It's like an amber vial. It's like a perfuming bottle, like a little perfuming or oil bottle. The third symbol that I'm seeing an incense holder, and it has something on it. I don't know if these are like flower petals, like lotus petals or something like that. And then I'm seeing prayer flags. I'm seeing a bat, and I don't think this is a real bat. I don't think it's a real bat. I don't know. It's a bat. It's a, bat. And then the next one is, it's like a faded ball cap. And somebody wears it. It belongs to somebody else. It's like a ball cap that like maybe our husband let us use or our grandfather passed down to us or something like that. And the last one is a coffee cup that has like butterflies on it. So, yay, coffee cup club. Okay, so those are the symbols. Those are all that I'm getting. And and I just got like an emerald ring. Okay, a gold ring that has an emerald in it. Okay, so the energy that's coming through for this is that we've invested so much energy and so much time into this. And for some of you, you might be afraid of what's opening up. If that's the case, just don't be worried. Don't be worried. This is part of your journey. This is something that's going to really change the way that you view the world, the way that you experience yourself, the way that you experience spirit. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. It's just outside of your comfort zone, right? And the things that cause us to grow are always outside of our comfort zone, sometimes by miles. And, but there's another group of you here, more of you. I feel that this is the actual message here. You've put so much time and energy and effort into this that you might be excited, and so you might be burning yourself out right now. And the message that's coming through is that it's really important to relax and rest and let yourself rejuvenate, allow your energy to rejuvenate and to recharge. Because whatever this is, you're only getting the tip of the iceberg right now, but this thing is huge. It's going to become huge. The more that you develop this ability, which you can't force it. So whoever this message is for, you may have opened it through force and through persistence, but now that it's opened, you can't force it. This is going to grow at its own pace, and it's going to become something big. It's going to be a very powerful ability that you have, and this ability is going to change your life. That's the point of this message, is that for somebody, this ability is going to absolutely change your life. Now, the thing about it, though, is that not only is this ability going to change your life, this is something that you're going to use to change other people's lives. And so whether you're a person who feels like, I want to help people or not, this is something that's going to happen. So this is one reason why we have to rest. We have to get our energy back up because we've expended a lot, right? We've expended a lot. You may be feeling certain things inside your solar plexus or your sacral chakra. You may even be having certain confidence issues, or little things, little ways that things that are manifesting in your life, or the way that you're interacting with the world, that you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm losing some energy here. So it's not always going to be the obvious, right? It's not always going to be a feeling. Sometimes it's going to be a behavior that you've taken up. Maybe you're sleeping a lot, for example. Your body's trying to tell you that it needs more energy. I do feel that for some of you, this is I have two things that are stepping forward very clearly. And so if this isn't it, it's not that this isn't your message. It's just these are the two that are stepping forward very clearly. Someone here has started experiencing spirits in a different way. And you may be starting to open up to what most people call the lower astral. I really don't like that term because I don't feel that it's accurate. But you may be opening up to things that aren't visually pleasing. The reason why I don't feel that that's accurate is because just because it's not visually pleasing and it feels scary to you, doesn't mean that it's bad, right? Sometimes those can be the most beneficial things because they teach us a lot about ourselves and they come with lessons. And so if you are somebody who is experiencing that, just understand that this is an ability, right? This is an ability just like any other ability, and this is an ability that you can help yourself to grow with, and you can help other people to grow with. If you've been with me for a while, you'll remember that, and so I'm saying this for those of you who haven't been with me for a while, when I was first starting everything and I started experiencing entities, for example, that seemed really negative and malaligned and, you know, what I think most people would be like, it's demonic. I had one actually say to me, you know, basically that like, we're all the same. Us humans are all the same. We're always afraid of things that look different than us. And it's been happening all throughout human history that we don't like anything that looks different than us. And in essence, this thing was calling me like a speciesist, right? And that really changed my view on things. So it helped me grow, right? It helped me really grow. And it doesn't have to come in a way that's pleasing to you or a way that you expect, because these are like societal, cultural standards that we have, right? And we're holding the spirits to our cultural standards. Like, this is preposterous. This is bonkers. So yeah, so if you find that that's you, maybe just a little bit of a perspective shift there. The second one that's really standing out to me is that somebody is starting to feel, they're starting to realize, wow, I feel all sorts of things. I can feel from people's texts what their real intention is. I can feel when someone's speaking to me, when they're lying to me, and like, this might be freaking you out a little bit because you might be realizing that a lot of people don't have the best intentions, right? And this is because people operate from a wounded space. So this is a very good gift to have, because you'll understand like what you're dealing with and where the equal give and take is and what someone might be dealing with. So, you know, definitely cultivate that, but don't push to make it grow, because this will grow on its own. For some of you, the ability that you've adopted, or the ability that you've opened for yourself is kind of how it feels. Or some of you, it's even more of an energy of tapping into. It feels like this is something that you're going to have to take the time to figure out the little ins and outs of how exactly it works for you. Oftentimes we think of things in a very straightforward way, and lots of our spiritual abilities actually aren't that straightforward. There's little subtle ways that it's at work. So for example, if you're somebody who has opened up to your clairvoyance, and you're able to see spirits, you know, maybe you're realizing that, oh wow, when I would see this movement out of the corner of my eye, it was a real thing. Whereas previously you thought it was like a trick of light or something like that. You know what I mean? So there's little ways that things manifest in quite subtle avenues. And you're taking the time in these coming phases with this new ability to learn the ins and outs of that. And it does take time. So this collective, one of the messages that's coming through is that you're going to notice a connection to the movement of the sun with your ability. And I'm speaking directly, well, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I just got corrected. Yes, I am. So I'm speaking to people who are in the Northern Hemisphere. If you happen to live in the Southern Hemisphere, and this reading has resonated for you so far, you might notice that this is true also, but it's going to be in reverse, okay? Because you're starting to have this uptick in your activities when the sun is further from you. So maybe the dark of the year for you is your most powerful time. But I'm going to speak in terms of the Northern Hemisphere just so that I don't get confused, because I have to stick to one here. So for those of you who do live here in the north, it feels a little bit like you're connected to the sun. So for example, when the sun begins to rise back up towards the Northern Hemisphere, you may notice that your abilities start to awaken and they may go dormant and the sun starts to sink, right? Especially when it hits someplace around like August or September, you may notice it starts to fade just a little bit. this is going to be normal. And so don't freak out if around that time you notice that your abilities kind of taper off a little bit. It will come back. So that's the message that I'm being given, is that for some of you, just to understand that your ability is going to move in cycles, and every time it comes back, it's going to come back in a stronger way. And it's going to not just be that ability, it's going to slowly bleed into other abilities, and it's going to expand. This is one reason why I don't necessarily like using the clairs, because I feel like that's, little pieces of the pie, and there's a whole pie. So this ability, whatever it is going to grow and expand and slowly bleed into other senses that you have and other ways of knowing. Now, I am being told to pick some cards from this, so let's see. Yeah, it's just confirmation for somebody here that you need to relax, right? You need to take some time out, rest and rejuvenate. It might be hard because, again, you might be very passionate about doing this, which is why you had the persistence in the first place, right? Okay. Here, there's a little bit of a period that you're going to go through where there seems to be this emotional release. And as you release these emotions and you work through certain feelings that maybe have been trapped, you're going to notice that this ability grows and it becomes heightened. We do have release here, which is prompting me to say that. Okay, this is something that you have had patience for. I do want to say with this release card, there's a little bit more behind that that's coming through, and part of it is releasing the need to control how fast this grows, or the need to, again, pushing on that wall to try to force it to be something it's not right now. What you're experiencing right now is just the tip of the iceberg. It will naturally grow. It has no choice. Trust me. If you could feel the energy I'm feeling, it has no choice. Again, this is a big energy. Whatever this new ability is, this is going to be quite powerful inside of your life. It has the power to change your life. Okay. It is the beginning of a very big adventure, a very big adventure here. We have the adventure card here, and this is where we are right now. It's kind of like we're at that very tail where we're just starting to open up into it. And like I said, it's going to move with the cycles, right, of that sun. And as it moves with the sun, it comes back in a bigger and bigger and bigger way. And this is a huge journey that you're undertaking with this thing. This is something that you have manifested for yourself, but I do think that there is a need right now to focus on, okay, how do I want to put this? It's like when we're really passionate about something, we're trying to force something to grow, what we're really doing is we're saying, I don't have it, right? So right now there's a little bit of this manifestation undercurrent taking place where you may be realizing that you're having more and more resistance, and this ability isn't necessarily growing as much just because we're pushing, right? So try not to push. This is why you're getting that card about relax and the energy of taking a break and like giving the thing room to breathe, right? If you take that edge off and you allow it to just be what it is, what you're doing is you're manifesting the growth to happen faster. So this is why the manifest card is coming out with adventure here. Okay. Ooh, being told to switch. Which card? Okay. So this is the Dream Ritual Oracle cards as well. I know somebody's going to ask me. It's a really pretty deck. Yeah, so this goes along with the release card. We have the feline. The feline is about tying up loose ends. There are some projections that we may have here that we need to tie some loose ends up on. Okay. This is very specifically for those of you who have opened this gift back up after a time of it being closed, so we'll get to this. There are some loose ends that need to be tied up. Here, we need to release some things out of our life, clear out some emotions. This may be something that we're tied to in the 3D that we know is blocking us, right? If there's areas of your life that you know are blocking you, it's always going to hinder you from growing in the direction that you want to go. It's just something that happens on that subconscious level. And so if there's something where you're trying to make big moves, but you've had something that you're holding on to and you're not able to make these moves, try to let that thing go. It's not going to happen instantly because it's going to take time for your subconscious to like shift its focus, but allow it that space, and you'll see things will start to move. So we're releasing something here coming up, and this is one reason why we have to stop pushing. We have to focus on other things now and allow this thing some room to breathe so that it can grow on its own. It doesn't mean don't pay attention, right? It doesn't mean don't observe the ability to see how it works. It just means if you've been hitting the books really hard, if you've been hitting the exercises really hard, maybe lessen how much you've been doing and focus on this for now. Focus on releasing something. We do seem to have this Glacner card coming up, and so I do feel like the Glacner is lusts, delusions, projections. We may have some comparisons that we're having, right? We're comparing ourselves to other people. Well, they have this ability and they're able to do this. I want to be that too. They probably took a really long time, right? Sometimes some people, they open something up and it's pretty powerful right away, but that's not usually the case. And so allow yourself to go through the process, right? Some of us, we have to have the process because our minds and our belief system and our lenses have to catch up. Another thing that this is saying to me is, again, going back to somebody who has opened up an ability that maybe they're a little scared of, spending some time to ask yourself why you're scared, and if the reason why you're scared should even be part of your story anymore might really be beneficial. Sometimes we carry old ideologies and old beliefs with us, and we give them a little bit more space than they deserve, right? And in order to grow and in order to cultivate the life that we want and to become the people that we want to be, we have to look at the places where those ideologies and those beliefs still have hold and are holding us back. Again, there's something here that needs to be tied up and released. Now, the card that's coming here is Iris of the Rainbow. Now, I can't, can I show it if I cover her? I think I can. Okay, there we go. We do have this energy here, and Iris of the Rainbow is about hope, but she's also about a new day. The opening up of this ability, again, it's the tip of the iceberg. Someone here, you're really starting yourself off on a new journey, which is why this adventure card is coming up. Iris comes when there's been rain, right? That's when a rainbow appears. The sun comes up after a period of rain. So for someone here, you may have been through a period of your life that was like less than, right? And not necessarily the most desirable things happened. This ability somehow opens up this new hope, this new found of inspiration for you so that you can move forward in a more positive way. And what this does is, again, manifest, right? This manifests new positive things for you. Like I said, this is going to change your life. Whoever I'm speaking to, if you resonated with this, especially if you have those symbols, whatever this new ability is that you've recently opened up, this is going to change your life. Just don't be so serious and try to control its growth, right? Let it grow, let it breathe. There's lessons that we're learning along the way too. And for those of you who had something closed down and you opened it back up, we have Ilbe the Retriever here. Ilbe the Retriever is a card that speaks about that. It speaks about remembering what was lost or gaining what was lost. There's also something here that's linked to the voice. So what you just went through in terms of this process of closing up because of something that's happened and then finding your way to open it back up, you're being urged to share that journey. And the reason why is because there's tons of people on that journey with you who don't know how to open that up. And they would really be inspired to hear your story about how you did it for yourself. So that's just a little bit of a nudge from Spirit that, if you've been through that and you found a way, help other people, right? Everybody's got a different way to do it. But hearing that someone has done it is very inspirational. And sometimes that can add the fire that somebody needs to continue going on. So whoever this message is for, I think this is amazing. You have something very beautiful opening up for you. You have a big adventure coming and a very powerful, if you could feel the energy I felt, very, very powerful ability is starting to manifest for you. It's starting to open up for you. And you're just in the beginning stages. So if you've been having fun and you think, wow, this is cool now, just wait. You have no idea. So if this resonates for you, hit the like button. And until next time.